सब्सक्राइब करो और बेल आइकन को। हाँ ठीक है ऐसा ही।
Hey everybody, so it's finally here. I have here the Honor View 20. So I first got my hands on this phone like 2 weeks ago at the end of December when I went to Beijing on an Honor press trip where I got my hands on the phone, but I wasn't allowed to make a video of the phone until now. And I know that the phone is actually already on sale in China, and some YouTubers already have their hands on it. But those you might notice is it's the Honor V20. This is the View 20. They're the same phone really, but the major difference is in software. So this is the international version. So this is the version of the phone that will be launching in Paris on January 22nd. The Honor V20 phones are the ones meant for China. So the software is a China ROM. It does not have Google inside. You have to side load Google. So I've been told that the software on this is not final because this is the international ROM. So I will just do an unboxing video tonight, and I have to wait a couple of days until Honor upgrades the firmware for me to then continue the review and hands-on. I mean, that's actually good news for me because I actually have a lot of stuff to test for now, including this really awesome camera that basically automatically tracks your movement. So right now I'm moving left and right, and you see this camera is following me wherever I go. This thing is actually not official yet. It's launching at CES next week, but I got a first look at it because fortunately I live so close to Shenzhen and everything comes out of Shenzhen these days. So let's get with the unboxing. So in terms of hardware, the View 20 is exactly the same as the V20. So it still has that 48 megapixel rear camera and a hole punch display that will also be seen on the Samsung Galaxy S10 later this year. So the only difference with the View 20 and the V20 is software. Quite interesting. You notice that the box doesn't really show the hole. I mean, you can see it, but it's kind of hidden. It kind of looks like it's completely like an uninterrupted screen. So we have the phone right here. So I went on an Honor press tour where I learned about how they made this phone. So basically, they did some kind of laser engraving onto the glass back to give this little V kind of reflective light. It looks nice. And then right here, you have that hole in the corner. So this is a way for phone brands to avoid a notch. Personally, I'm not sure if this is that much better than a notch. I mean, you still have a slight hole in the corner of the screen, but I guess it's a little bit less intrusive than having something that comes down right here. So Honor's hole, this sounds so weird, but Honor's hole is a little bit better than the hole found in the Samsung phone that recently released with the same tech, because Honor, I don't know how they did. They basically, the hole doesn't penetrate through the entire glass, but only penetrates the first 5 levels. So the hole is a little bit smaller at 4.6 millimeters in diameter compared to the 6.5, I believe, on the Samsung device. I have not had my hands on the Samsung phone yet, so I can't say for sure. Okay, very bare bones packaging. You have a USB-C cable right here, and you have, this is a fast charging brick from Honor, aka Huawei. So it says Huawei Supercharge right here. Right here you have a case. This is a soft jelly case. That was it. Very bare bones packaging. So right here again you see the hole. I forgot to do my favorite part, which is the peeling of the front screen plastic. Oh yeah. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna continue setting up the phone. I'll be back. Hey guys, I'm back. So I realized earlier shooting the unboxing that the tablecloth that I have, you know, my girlfriend got this, is a little bit too distracting for an unboxing video. So I apologize for that. From now on, I'm gonna try to shoot my unboxing over a sheet of solid color paper. So I did not play around with this phone a lot. As I said, Honor told me specifically to wait until a software update pushes through before I really test the phone. So I can't really test the camera right now. Like, they get mad at me if I do it. So I'm just giving you a quick look at the phone. So this hole in the corner, it does look pretty clean, but right off the bat I want to say not all apps support it. So for example, if you jump into Instagram, you see and go to Instagram stories, see the stories does not stretch all the way to the top. There's essentially letter boxing at the top of the display. So that sucks because the whole point of having a hole is to give you more screen, so that you only have a tiny cutout in the corner. So Instagram doesn't support it, neither does Netflix. So if you go to Netflix and play Initial D right now, you see, so the video again cuts off right here in this corner. It's letterbox. There's no way to pinch to zoom to fill out the entire display. But the good news is some apps such as YouTube does support it. So on YouTube, you're able to stretch to fill the whole screen, and you see you're getting the full screen experience right now with just a little tiny cutout in the corner. So I think that means as other apps adopt to this new hole design, then we'll see apps like Netflix and Instagram maybe fill the entire display. And they should be doing this soon because Samsung's coming out with this hole in the corner too, and Samsung phones are very, very mainstream and widely used around the world. So I think Instagram and Netflix will probably follow suit. But as of right now, a lot of apps, I would say most, including games like Hero Hunter, you see it's again letterbox right here. The graphic does not stretch all the way to the screen, which sucks because that means you're essentially not getting the full screen that you pay for. You're getting, this is a 6.4-inch display LCD, but when you're playing games or watching Netflix, you're really getting like a 6.2 inch or something because you're losing a little bit of space right here. So software wise, this phone runs, Honor calls it Magic UI, but to be honest, it's very, very similar to EM UI, just a couple of aesthetic changes and a couple of new like Honor specific camera modes, such as like artist mode and I think AR lens. Yeah, that's unique to Honor. Other than that, the whole look and feel of the phone, it's very Huawei. I do like this back a lot. And this third camera here is a TOF lens. It stands for time of flight, so it's essentially a 3D scanner. So this camera should be able to do a lot of things, but not yet. In the future, maybe sometime in 2019, as more app developers build software for this camera, then you'll be able to do a lot of stuff like scanning real-time 3D objects. Like for example, you can like scan this box and have a 3D version of the box rendered on your phone, because more and more phones are using this TOF camera now, including the Vivo Nix dual display and the Oppo R17 Pro. And I'm guessing eventually some Huawei phones like the P30 maybe will have a TOF camera too. So I ran the phone through Geekbench. It has 8 gigs of RAM, Kirin 980, so it's the same specs as on the Huawei Mate 20 phones. So this is a powerhouse. Geekbench 9690 multi-core, 3281 single core. So I did take a couple photos. I told Honor I wouldn't really test the camera, but I'm gonna cheat a little bit and show you guys some photos I took. But again, this is not, sorry, I took this for the thumbnail. This is not final software, so the camera should be better. So I shot this in my bedroom, pitch black. I have no lights on, so this is very impressive considering the shooting circumstances. That's because the main camera, it's a 48 megapixel lens, but for the most part, you're not shooting using the 48 megapixel. The camera will shoot in 12 megapixels and instead use a process called pixel binning, which combines 4 pixels into one to pull in more light information. So the 48 megapixel sensor is used to capture 12 megapixel photos that have 4 times the image information as a typical 12 megapixel shot. Let me find a shot though. So this is of the building across from me. Yeah, photo looks pretty decent, but so far not that much drastically different compared to what, like, say the Honor Magic 2 could do, or even a Huawei P20, not even compared to the Mate 20 now. But you see the light is properly exposed. Usually this part, it's usually blown out in a lot of phone cameras. But yeah, overall this camera looks to be pretty strong. I'm excited to try it when the final software comes through. So we'll do one more test. You know what test this is. So I believe there's only a single bottom fine speaker. Yeah, so 50% volume right now. We'll go up to 100%. Yeah, so sound is very easily muffled. The speaker's not bad. Okay, so that's it for now. I apologize. I know I usually, in my hands-on video, I usually go a lot more in depth and do a lot more testing. But again, I'm under a mandate by Honor to wait until final software hits before I can continue on making a more in-depth video. So this is just a quick first look at the Honor View 20, not V20, this is the View 20 with the hole in the screen, 48 megapixel camera, and this kind of cool V pattern. I'll be back with more on this phone next week. Thanks for watching.